What's going on, everybody? So I'm going to talk about a build that I've actually been using a lot recently. I've been using it a lot. I mean, let's just say that. You guys may have noticed I've been uploading a lot more recently, and that's because I've been working out a lot more. I just feel genuinely better throughout the day. Ever since COVID hit, I have gained a bit of weight, maybe like 10, 20 pounds. And before then, I was on a pretty big weight loss journey, I guess. Now I'm finally starting to work out. I'm having like coffee every morning, and that's really helping me out. So generally, I just feel a lot better, and I want to do more videos. I'm finally getting this kind of passion back that I have. So we're gonna be talking about Core Ranger. I love Core Ranger. In fact, I actually think I prefer this over my Soul Beast build because I don't like merging. I think merging is kind of lame. I like having my pet out. I've talked about that so much at this point. So yeah, so let's go and get into the gears. So basically, we have Marauder gear as always. Any power build I will ever do has all Marauder gear. And then we have pack runes. This is mainly just so we can get more Fury because we don't have as much access to Fury as we do with my Soul Beast build. So I usually would like running Ranger runes, but pack runes are really good here. We have, of course, the Greatsword Longbow, the classic combo. You could also do a Greatsword and Axe Warhorn or Axe Dagger, I think, right? Dagger, Axe Dagger. Or you could do, like Axe Warhorn or whatever with Greatsword and Longbow. Do whatever weapon combo you like. I just would focus more on, obviously if you're running power, don't do condition because, like, don't do condition weapons like Shortbow or Dagger because that's just not a good idea. I mean, if you want to, go for it. But run whatever weapons you want. That's like my whole thing with this. I like running the weapons that I find the most fun, even if they're not the most optimal. So do what you like. I would, however, recommend if you are going to change up the runes or gear or whatever, don't do any toughness. Toughness is a bad thing on the Ranger, in my opinion, because you want your pet to draw aggro, right? And your pet, a great one you could do, by the way, is Signet of Stone here. We go from 1,000 to 1,080, 1,180. So you could do that if you would like. And then there's also a few defensive traits we could talk about to help as well. What the fuck was I gonna say? Um, yeah, if you are, like I said, don't do toughness because the pet aggro is mainly based around toughness and proximity. So just keep that in mind. You always want to have way less toughness as much as possible than your pet, at least for me. And yeah, so I just like using Bloodlust, or I've been messing around with Bloodlust more. Force Rings are great, but Bloodlust is also great, and I've been messing around with Bloodlust and Strength. Usually I'll have my Twilight on here. I actually have that on my Necromancer, so. And then Longbow, oh yeah, it's Force, and I probably should change that. I haven't changed that yet. Anyway, going into the traits, so we have Marksmanship, Beast Mastery, and Skirmishing. So, Clarion Bond's pretty important because it'll give us, just more Fury and Might, specifically is what's nice about it. Just the general ones usually. If you're not running Longbow, Predator's Onslaught's pretty much a go-to. For this, I like running Resounding Timber because I run like 3 commands. I run We Heals 1 and Strength of the Pack. That's 3 commands, and it's worth having that reduced recharge and getting a bit of regen out of it. Potent Ally is also great, but we're getting a lot of might and shit, so I don't really feel like I entirely need this. And we get it from the Strength rune, by the way, where we critically strike a foe, and then we get this, so I usually just like running Resounding Timber. Greatsword, so we're going tuning training. If not, Natural Healing is a good one. Honed Axes is nice just because it gives you bonus ferocity. Basically, Warden is nice for just CC purposes. It is nice to have that, as well as getting people to attack your pet. But it's mainly really good for CC. Western Quickening Zephyr is kind of nice too. Honed Axes or Lessening Quickening Zephyr are definitely ones that I would run, or Zephyr Speed rather. Yeah, Skirmishing. I love this trait line. So we have Primal Reflexes. I love this one. So whenever you evade an attack, you gain Vigor for damn near 10 seconds. That's just nice because a lot of our defensiveness from this build is just through dodging. Sharpened Edges can be good too. I mean, it's just straight up more damage. But I don't know. I just kind of prefer Primal Reflexes. This one's kind of nice too. I like Trapper's Expertise if I run like Frost Trap or something. Yeah, and plus you can actually cripple them and plus chill them. which is kind of insane. I'm not sure if those like stack or not, but yeah, I mean, if they did stack, it'd be a straight up immobilize. I don't know. Swapping weapons in combat grants us Fury, which is nice. This one is pretty much necessary here because just more precision. And this one is fucking phenomenal. I love this trait so much. Fury grants ferocity with an increased critical strike chance. So basically, as well as, whenever we grant Fury, we actually get a 30% crit chance now, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then you'll also be doing 10% more damage and critically hitting more when you're from the side or the back. So that's like 40 fucking percent crit chance, right? I mean, that's fucking nuts. So we're damn near capped. Now, for some odd reason, oh no, it does give 30%. I was like, holy shit, why isn't it giving 30% for the tiger? But yeah, that is the trait. So for the skills, we have We Heals 1, Quickening Zephyr, Signal to the Wild, Sick'em, and Strength of the Pack. You can really run whatever you want. If I need a stun break, I'll just use Quickening Zephyr. But sometimes I'll switch like Signet of the Wild over to Protect Me. That's a really good stun break because it's actually going to give you barrier and protection, and it's gonna, it's a command skill, so we get the regen and swiftness, and we're breaking stun off allies as well. So it's really good for like meta events or world bosses. That's a really solid trait there, and I've actually gotten de-stunned so many times by Protect Me. It's crazy. So Sick'em is also fantastic. It's just a pet damage bonus, and it also gives them swiftness, which is fantastic. And it just 40% movement speed. They move a lot quicker, which is great. And I'm gonna get a sip of water here. Strength of the Pack is awesome. You just get some boons, and you get might whenever you attack, both your pet and you to each other. And yeah, so talking about Clarion Bond, I'll usually do this if I need, so for my pets, I usually like running the Tiger for Fury uptime and the River Drake because the Marsh Drake, because this one's fantastic, by the way. So essentially, it's like a bear, right? It's like a bear, except it has less health and does a lot more damage. Its auto attack cleaves, and it's really good at tanking. Essentially, it's fantastic. The Jokeron is fantastic as well for that. Yeah, it's a really fantastic pet. Its ability is crazy good. It just does really nice AoE damage, and I like it for just tanking purposes. But most of the time, I'll run the Tiger. So let's go behind the target here, and we'll start showing off how this shit works. And so, as you can see, I mean, really fantastic burst damage. Now, where this is going to really lack is in the sustain category. Our sustain damage isn't exactly amazing, but it is really fantastic. And as you can see here, our Fury is just going up big time. And we can actually switch weapons here to get even more Fury. With the longbow, we can go ahead and start dumping. Keep in mind, we are at... technically, we're at 102% crit chance now, I believe. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't think we can not crit. So, yeah, as you can see, it's great. It's great damage. It's not like my Necromancer damage, but keep in mind you also have the pet the tank for you. You can deal damage from a safe distance. It's just really fantastic. And I also love Quickening Zephyr here because it actually gives that quickness to your pet as well. So your pet's just gonna be doing more damage. It's just more damage all around. And your Strength of the Pack is at a 60-second cooldown, which is fantastic. As you can see, my pet's hitting pretty fucking hard. And then we can go and get this. We're getting pretty good might. I mean, this is just me by myself. So this is without the support of allies. And it's definitely very nice might. And like I said, our Fury uptime is crazy. Now keep in mind, on May 11th, I think, with the patch, they're making it so boons have like a 30-second cap. So just keep that in mind. That might affect this build. And we'll go back in. And yeah, very solid. Very solid damage here. And yeah. So let's talk about some alternatives. Fuck, I love water, man. This shit is absolute tick milk. If you want more survivability, a great one is well, that's a Conde build. Just replace this with like Wilderness Survival. And then I'd run like this or this. Either one of these is probably good. Yeah, definitely this one. Or you can run this one. I mean, that one's kind of nice, but I don't know, I like that. And then you can do like survival skills. Yeah, that one would be nice to get Fury off of Quickening Zephyr there. But yeah, most of the time you're gonna want to run skirmishing. I mean, let's be real here. Most of the time, skirmishing is definitely best in slot for that. But that's gonna cover it. And I still have Fury and Swiftness. Like that's absolute craziness. And I could, this he still has Fury too. He still had Fury. That's fucking nuts. Um, but yeah, I think it's pretty much going to cover it. Yeah, I mean, it's a really simple build. It's definitely my most simple build I've ever done. And we can go ahead, if you like camping along, though, we'll test out the damage on that right now. Of course, we want to be pretty far away. So, you can really click this off cooldown. Even if you're not getting Fury, your pet's going to get Fury, so it's definitely worth it. And you can probably move a little bit closer to your pet to get that Fury from him. I'm not sure if I just did. Yeah, I didn't. You have to get pretty close. It's in like a 600 radius? 240. Okay. Yeah, so you have to get pretty close. I'd actually recommend weaving in with the greatsword if you do want to do that, and then switching back to your longbow off cooldown. But yeah, this is definitely very melee oriented, at least for me. I do melee a lot with the ranger. I love the greatsword. It's fantastic. Yeah, I found a core ranger build that I really enjoy, and this is probably pretty good in fractals too, I would think. I might test this out later in fractals. But yeah, peace.